are the problems that the old age also comes with? That is, what are the problems that the old age, the elderly face in our country, their nutritional needs, the psychological, the physical problems, and how does it differ from the West? Along with that, do we have a government policy in place to ensure them safety in all terms? We'll talk about all of this in the next 60 minutes of Healthy India. And to discuss more on this, we are joined by Dr. Rakesh Chadha, who's from the Professor of Psychiatry Sciences. Welcome you all in the program. So before beginning the discussion, let us first take a look at this report, which will elaborate more on the problems the elderly face in our country. The toothless laughter of an old parent can be as joyous as that of an infant. But the eyes and minds that rejoice in such sights are pathetically far and few between. If old were indeed gold, the elderly of our country would be our greatest wealth. But thanks to the degeneration of values, old age
manner that people get some care.
Society, that's very important here. Dr. Chadha, very quickly, do you find some sort of link between this physical and the psychological problems?
Yeah, because
combined together, and they themselves also link to each other, which is what impacts the health badly in old age. Well, it's time here to take a very short break, but before that I would like to announce the toll-free numbers on which people can call us, which is 1800115314, and there's another number on which you can call us, which is 2303 supplemented with 011. So it is 011-2303-5420. You can call us on these numbers and can put in your queries. Time here to slip into a very short break in Healthy India. Stay tuned. India, and before we continue the discussion on old age and the geriatric problems, let me once again announce the numbers for you. The toll-free number on which you can call us is 1800115314, and you can also call us on another number, which is 011-2303-5420. Well, before going into the break, we were talking about the psychological and the physical pressures here. Dr. Puri, please help me understand. Is it so that if you are prone to an overdosage of medicine at an early stage of life, that also somewhere leads to early aging? Does it happen?
I'm sure Dr. Day would be able to answer that. That's a medical issue.
There is no definite link between start taking medicine early and get older people old.
Because I have witnessed a few cases, and I keep.
No,
I mean,
I don't deny that this
happens,
may not be. I don't
yeah.
deny that may be happening, but there is no obvious scientific link between medicines and aging. But
Rashtra. Mr. Rao, please put your question.
Good evening, Happy India.
Yeah.
The breakdown of the family system through culture, generation, lifestyle is a great harsh reality of the present times.
Right.
The old and the young should develop a live and let live way of life, if possible, in 21st century world. That is, develop a compromise formula. If the situation is irreconcilable, then there are old age homes which should be guaranteed by the state and orphanages to look after the aged. Thank you.
Mr. Rao, thanks very much for expressing your concern. It is more to do with the social structure we have in our country. Apart from that, also the government policies, whether they really provide that social safety net to the elderly in our country or not, the concern expressed by the caller here. Dr. Chadha, would you agree that it's time that we should really have a policy in place to guard the elderly in our country, considering the family system, the structure that we have in our family, and the way elderly are being treated in our families, considering property dispute is something which is very unavoidable in Indian families?
Yeah, definitely. I think in some areas the government has come with some laws. I'm not very familiar, but they have come with some laws of, say, protecting the elderly against, say, abuse from the children and family system or, say, urbanization. I don't think anything can.
First of all, I would really want to know, are there some special services that AIIMS is offering to the elderly, to the old age people? Because we generally find a lot of them standing in long queues outside.
Question, and we're happy that we have started a daily OPD for older people, 6 days a week from Monday to Saturday in All India Institute of Medical Sciences. Last week only we have improved our earlier services.
Well, can you hear me? I believe there's a problem with the phone line. Well, Dr. Dev, please continue.
The issue is
Be the way, because while we talk about our lifestyle, we have a very compromised lifestyle that way. The urbanization is growing, we hardly have parks in places. Yes, we talk about it while planning a city, but you hardly find it in your locality. Let's say if you talk about Delhi too. What do you think ideally should be the way? What exactly should be the lifestyle of a person?
Well, actually, the point is that when the elderly are living with their children, especially in an urban area, I think their understanding, their empathy is very important, because like there are strains and stresses of working women, of lack of space, their children have to study and the elderly want to watch TV, so there are conflicts in the house. I mean, it's to that extent, I think it's the intergenerational bonding which comes into place. So the children have to understand, but the elderly also have to cooperate, and they have to, I think, the rigidity or they have a fixed lifestyle, family structure, the family modalities are evolving, meal or whatever, so the elderly also have to cooperate.
A lot of understanding and cooperation between these generations.
That is the secret of living together.
Full mantra that way. We are joined by a caller from Maharashtra, Sachin. Please put your question, Sachin.
Yeah, I just want to put a question to Dr. Chadha.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, like I'm living with my parents here in Hyderabad.
Okay.
So, I mean, they are just elderly.
Okay.
They are not aware of this, current situations in the market and how to behave with the people here. So they constantly, whenever I come home back, they discuss with this problem.
Okay, they feel a little alienated in that new place. That's what you're trying to share. Thanks very much, Sachin, for that question. Dr. Chadha?
Yeah, I think another thing which has happened in the recent years in most of the metropolitan cities, or say eating out, or say getting takeaways, so which never existed,
Which
say
never existed.
20, 30 or 40 years ago, and everyone would cook at home and eat there. So these are the differences which intergenerational differences. The younger lot would be more taking the Western foods, burgers, and so these often lead to the conflicts. And so I think it's basically the understanding now there are grandparents, parents and children. So the parents